In 1996, the Town End Road junction in Pontefract was remodelled. Over 100 bulbs controlling 5 roads. People didn't like them.
It's absolutely foul because you get to work and you're coughing. It's every morning.
Absolutely ridiculous.
There never was a problem before until they put the lights up.
The shocking ones by the other restaurant, terrible.
What do I think? They're stupid. They won't remove it. Help this man.
It's all rubbish.
My uncle had a crash there.
At the minute I think it's a shambles.
Traffic lights, a shite.
I think they're absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, wonderful.
Okay, what do you think of Town End traffic lights?
I think that they are, and they always have been, an absolute farce.
Well, I think life has deteriorated in Pontefract since they were established.
Well, I think from the day they've been put up, they've just been a disaster, really.
3, 2, 1.
Rubbish!
More than 90% of people thought things were slower, didn't like the arrangement, and thought that the junction should be restructured. In 1999, Steve Kidd, local father of 4, investigated the effects of the traffic lights upon road safety.
I expected a decrease in the number of casualties in the proximity of the lights, but I expected also to find a slight increase in accidents in those places where people were driving to avoid the lights, i.e. around the periphery of the town.
The results were shocking. Casualties had actually risen at the traffic lights. But more disturbing was the scale of damage that Steve discovered around the peripheral routes.
Britain, believe it or not, has about 25% fewer casualties now, road casualties, than it did 15 years ago. On the other hand, Pontefract, which up till 1996 tended to mimic national trends, now, since 1996, has suffered a 50% increase.
The government's own guidelines indicate that this is the equivalent of £2 million worth of damage per year, or 1 traffic casualty per week for the last 11 years. Steve's work was presented to local engineers in the year 2000, but as he himself admits...
When I first did the studies in the year 2000, I was a little bit apprehensive that the rate of accidents in Pontefract may have been just bad luck. I calculated that if I'd studied 100 towns like Pontefract, and I would have expected one of them, just as a function of chance, to have endured the increase in accidents which we have had.
10 years on, and the casualties continue to mount up. The element of luck is now statistically insignificant. Failing other evidence to the contrary, and considering the length of time and scale and consistency of the figures, beyond any significant doubt, without the town end traffic lights installed in 1996, we would be very much safer. Are there any other negative effects? Undeniably, costs of fuel, maintenance and insurance are not reduced, whereas we have an increase in stress, noise, vibration, light and pollution. All studies indicate that the costs of congestion in any given urban traffic scenario exceed casualty costs by at least double, and as much as 6 times. So it is not unreasonable to suppose costs of many more millions of pounds. 10 years ago there may have been valid arguments for not restructuring the junction in the way it was. 5 years ago the evidence that it was a mistake was overwhelming. The lights are not only still there, more have been installed. What are the alternatives? There is a town, bigger than Pontefract, in northern Holland called Drachten, which has done exactly the opposite of Pontefract. It has taken its traffic lights out, become safer for drivers, pedestrians and cyclists, reduced congestion, decrease journey times, and become a nicer place to live.
A long time ago, before, there were traffic lights.
Okay.
Was it good or bad?
That was not good. Much fiddles, you know.
Yeah. And now?
It's very good. In the first time not. People were very anxious about accidents, but it goes very well now.
Okay.
You can see for yourself. But the main thing is you must pay attention for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
To the right and to the left.
Thank you very much, Buck. Okay. I appreciate it.
It's not just a feel-good factor that has improved Drachton. According to the research performed upon this closely scrutinised experiment,
the analysis of the data strongly supports the view that the reconstruction has been successful. Although traffic speeds are slower, vehicles generally keep moving on the intersection, resulting in reduced delays. Perceptions of safety amongst pedestrians remain unchanged. Traffic flow has improved significantly following removal of the traffic signals. Pedestrians and cyclists appear able to cross the intersection without significant delay. Numbers of recorded accidents have declined.
Before Pontefract's traffic lights were installed, traffic was faster and Pontefract was very much safer. In the face of this evidence, politicians in Pontefract have been lobbied. They agree.
Jeff Walsh, I'm one of the district councillors from Pontefract South. Pontefract's cut in two by town end traffic lights, and too regularly you get huge pile-ups of people waiting to go about their lives and their business. It causes absolute grief. The rat runs that go around the lights are also causing grief to people across the area to get it changed. But actually the people of the town have also got to have their say in it, so we can actually get it sorted and hopefully come up with something better.
Hi, my name's Philip Thomas, councillor candidate for Pontefract North. The problem you see behind me is town end traffic lights. Now, speaking to people in the area, it's very unpopular. It's a problem that can be solved and will be solved if enough people get behind.
Because the things as they are at the moment in Wakefield, we are so laid back, it's just not true. And it's got to stop.
What of the engineers? The head of road engineering for the area, Andrew Kerr, and the officer in charge of signalling, Bob Wyatt, were asked if they would answer questions for the purpose of this film. The response from the Highways Authority was,
"We do not think it is appropriate for us to comment."
Will Pontefract move on?
The issues are huge and demonstrably fixable. We have a vote. In local elections, our MPs and our councillors should represent us. The officers who take these decisions in the engineering department are our employees and they should be working for our good. We must satisfy ourselves that the people that we elect are confronting these issues and fixing them as soon as possible. It's critical.